Hello students, we were doing force and laws of motion. We have completed first law of motion and second law of motion. Today we will do Newton's third law of motion, and this is fifth part, fifth video. So what is Newton's third law of motion? In the first and second law, we have seen, according to first law, some force is needed for a motion or change in motion. In second law, we quantify this force, that we can measure the force, and the formula for second law was F is equal to ma, where F is the force, A is the acceleration, and m is the mass. If we know mass and acceleration of some object, we can calculate the amount of force. These two laws we have done, and today we will do Newton's third law of motion. Till now we understand that there is a relationship between motion and force. Now suppose, according to third law, the third law states that if there are two objects, suppose this is A and this object is B. Suppose A exerts a force on object B. Suppose this force is Fa, force of A which is exerted on B. So immediately, instantaneously, object B will also exert a force on A. This force is B, Fb, and these two forces, they are equal in magnitude, but they are opposite in direction. So the direction of this force will be in this direction, and we write it as negative. When we write in opposite direction, we write the sign of negative, minus. So Fa is equal to Fb, but the direction of both are opposite to each other. So what is the Newton's second law? Third law is, when an object exert a force on another object, the second object instantaneously, quickly exert a force on the first, and this force is equal to the first and it is opposite in direction of the first force. This is Newton's third law of motion. But one thing should be kept in mind, always very important, that these two forces, they act on two different objects, not an one object. That is, there is a pair of forces, two forces, and a pair of objects. Two objects are there. Objects may be more than two, but the forces are two. A pair of forces are there, and they are also known as action force and reaction force. What is action force? The A is acting on B, so the action force is by A, and the reaction given by B, and the reaction force is exerted by B. So you can write the definition of Newton's third law. I should write on the board. I will write on the board the definition. So we will write Newton's third law of motion states that if an object exerts a force on another object, The second object instantaneously exerts an equal and opposite in direction force on the first object. So this is the definition of Newton's second law. Third law. If an object, suppose this is the object, exerts a force on another object, it is exerting a force on B. The second object, that is this object, instantaneously exerts an equal in magnitude, same amount of force, and which is opposite in direction on the first. This is Newton's third law of motion. As we have given the names action and reaction force, so we have one more definition of these Newton's third law, and that definition is that it is known as alternative definition. Alternative definition of Newton's third law. According to this definition, to each action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. This is Newton's third law. Very easy to remember. You remember this definition by heart. What is this definition? To each action there is an equal and opposite reaction. The second thing you have to write, these action and reaction forces are acting on two different bodies. They are acting on two different objects or two different bodies, not on the same. This point is very important, as the pair of forces is there and also a pair of objects are there. So these two forces, they act on two different objects or force. Now we will try to understand this Newton's third law by some examples. I will give you 2 or 3 examples by which it will be more clear. And these examples are from our day-to-day life. Suppose a man is standing on a road. He wants to walk forward. He wants to move forward. At this time he is at rest and he wants to move. So when he wants to move, he has to change his velocity, change his speed, or he needs some acceleration. Changes velocity is acceleration. So when he is at rest, he wants to move, so his velocity is to be changed, and that is acceleration. So he needs some acceleration. By Newton's second law, this is written here, we know F is equal to ma. A is acceleration. So for acceleration to be caused, he needs some force. And from where this force is coming? This force is the muscular force of his feet. The feet gives the muscular force for acceleration to cause. So what he is doing? He is pushing the road. He is pushing the road backward by his feet. So this is the action force. And what road is doing? In return, the road, they exert an reaction force. And if the force put by the boy is in backward direction, then the force of the road will be in forward direction. And this force will be equal and opposite. So the force by which the man is hitting the road or pushing the road in backward direction, the road gives a reaction force which is in forward direction. So he moves in a forward direction. Both the forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. The man is pushing the road backward and the road is pushing the man forward. In this way, we can walk on the road by hitting the road with one foot, then with the other foot, then with the first foot. So this is how walking takes place, and it is explained on Newton's third law. One thing we can think about this motion, about this walking, that when both the forces are equal in magnitude, both are only the direction is different or the opposite, man is moving, there is a change in velocity of man, that is man accelerating. But what about the earth? Is earth also accelerating? When man is accelerating in this direction, earth should accelerate in the backward direction. But is earth moving? Road moving? No. We cannot see any road or earth is moving while we are walking. Why it is so? Because these forces are equal, but their acceleration caused by them is not equal. Why acceleration is not equal? Because by Newton's second law we have seen F is equal to ma. Suppose first force by the boy is F1 and the force by the road is F2. So F1 causes some acceleration. This boy F1 causes some acceleration to the earth and it is multiplied by mass. So if mass is more, then, or you can say A is equal to F upon m. By this formula we can derive this acceleration equal to F upon m, that is AMN. M. They are inversely proportional. If mass is more, acceleration will be less. If mass is less, acceleration will be more. As the mass of the boy is very less in comparison to the earth or road, so earth cannot move. Acceleration will be very less. But the mass of earth is many times more than the boy, so the acceleration will be very high. So boy can walk, boy can move, boy can accelerate, but not the earth. This is how we can explain the walking on Newton's third law and explain why road is not moving on Newton's second law, where acceleration is inversely proportional to mass of the object. This is one of the examples. Now we will see some other example. In another example, we can see, we can quantify this force. We can measure the amount of force. How we can measure the amount? These are two spring balances. We can measure by spring balances, and these two, one of the balance B is attached to the wall, fixed here. Both are joined like this by their hooks, and this end of this spring balance A, it is pulled by someone. Some muscular force is applied, some force is applied from this end. What will we see? That in both the spring balances, this will give us the force. Force which is being applied on A will apply this force on B, and B will give a reaction force to A. We see in both the balances reading is same. Suppose it is 5 Newton, here also it is 5 Newton. Why? This A exerts a force of 5 Newton on B. In return, B also exerts a reaction force on A of 5 Newton. Both are, the magnitude of both are same, but they are in opposite direction. This force is towards this side. A is exerting a force in this direction and B is exerting the force in the opposite direction. So by spring balances, we can measure the force, the amount of force. This is other second example. We can take a third example also, which is very easy and we see in our day-to-day life. Suppose a man is swimming in swimming pool. A man is swimming in swimming pool. You see daily that this man pushes water in backward direction. You can see like this, we swim like this. So he is pushing water by his hands in backward direction. But is he swimming in forward or backward? He is swimming in forward direction. He is going in forward direction and the water which is he has moved in the backward direction. What is this? The force applied by the swimmer is in this direction on water. The same force, the equal force is applied, is exerted by water also. But as the direction is different, the water will exert this force or the reaction force in forward direction. So the swimmer will go in the forward direction, and the harder he pushes the water, more he goes in forward direction. Because if the action force is more, the reaction force will also be more. If water is pushed backward direction more, so the swimmer will go at a fast speed in forward direction more. As both the forces are same, equal in magnitude, but the direction is opposite. This is one more example of Newton's third law. There are many examples. We will take one more. And this example is sometimes asked in exams, and it is known as recoiling of gun. You know what is recoiling? Recoiling is, suppose I cannot draw a good gun. Suppose this is a gun. When a bullet is fired from this gun, what happens? This bullet goes a far distance to some meters or whatever, and this gun also move in a backward direction, though very slightly, very less, about half centimeter or 1 centimeter. And this moving back, going back of gun after firing or during firing of bullet is known as recoiling of gun. And in some numericals we will do them. We have to calculate recoiling velocity of gun. This much velocity, how much it comes back. This is known as recoiling. So as per Newton's third law, what we have to see, that if this gun is fired, this bullet, it goes in this direction to certain distance, about 1 meter or 2 meter or more than that. And gun also recoil. it moves backward. But we again can ask a question, why this bullet is going to few meters and why this gun is only recoiling a few centimeters, though the pressure, this force exerted by the gun is same to the force which is exerted by the bullet. The action force is by gun and the reaction forces is by bullet. Due to this reaction force, this recoiling of the gun is taking place, but gun moves only a centimeter, whereas the bullet moves to few meters. Why is this so? Again, the same thing, the mass of bullet is very less, about 10 grams or 20 grams, and the mass of gun must be about 1 kilogram or 2 kilogram or more, depending upon the type of the gun. So this mass is very much more than the mass of bullet. And again, by the second law, A is equal to F by m, mass is inversely proportional to acceleration. This moving of bullet is acceleration, changing in the velocity of bullet. So the acceleration of bullet is much more. Why? The mass is quite less, so acceleration will be more, inversely proportional. Why? The mass of the gun is much more, so the acceleration will be less. This recoiling of gun is the acceleration of gun. So here, according to third law, both have action and reaction forces, and these action and reaction forces, they are acted on two objects. One object is gun and the other object is bullet. So these are some examples on which we can explain Newton's third law. There are many examples. Other examples can be when a sailor jumps off a boat. What happens? The boat goes in the backward direction. It is based on this principle. One more we can take, very simple. Suppose this is a wall, thick wall. A boy is sitting on a chair and this chair has wheels. The boy pushes this wall hard, and leave it. What happens? He will go in this direction, the wheel will go in this direction, and now the boy is at this place as he comes back. Why? He is pushing this ball, so action force is there by the boy, and the boy pushes this wall pushes the boy back in the opposite direction with the same force, and he turns or he shifts backward due to the presence of these wheels, as less friction will be there. But the boy is moving. The acceleration is in boy, not in the wall. Is the wall is also moving with the boy? No. Though the force is same, equal, but the wall is not moving. Only the boy is moving. Why? The same principle. Acceleration is more in boy as the mass of the boy is very less. Acceleration or no acceleration in the wall, because the mass of wall is very high and it has no acceleration with this meager force of pushing of boy. So this is how we have seen some examples of Newton's third law, and one important thing, that the acceleration is different of the two bodies, which is dependent upon the mass of the bodies. So this is all for today. Thank you.